Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you my October wrap up. I figured I could do it now since we only have about a week left in the month of October. So far I've read and completed 4 books. I have one DNF and then I am continuing one book for the rest of October that I will be completing so I can add it onto this list. The first book that I read in October was Stephen King's The Shining. I got this at Barnes & Noble, I think, last year, 2 years ago, and I finally got around to reading it. I've never seen the movie, The Shining, so I figured reading the book and then seeing the movie would be the best option. The book was so good. I really, really enjoyed it. It was way different than what the movie depicts. There's a lot of scenes in the movie that's not in the book, and I just think the book was there was more to it. There was more of a scary element to it. The hotel was more alive in the book, and there was just some things in there that I don't really understand why they left out. But still, I really really enjoyed the book. I gave it a 5 stars. New favorite for me. I did read Misery. I believe it was earlier this year, and I did not like Misery. Misery was it was really hard to get through. I think I gave it 3 stars. I just felt kind of boring and dragged out, but the Shining was really good for me. I really liked that book. Thought that was really good. The next book that I read is a book called Mama's Boy by Charles King, and it is his debut novel. I believe it was published in 1992 or 1994. I don't know if it says on the book. I don't see it in the book, but this one is pretty much about a serial killer that goes and he murders families with at least 2 children, and he makes it look like a murder suicide. So he makes it so they blame the father for the murders, and he tries to just do his thing, whatever serial killers do. But this book was really good. It was really action packed. It was really good at explaining, the killer's background, all that stuff. It was really, intense in some parts, a little graphic. But then the ending was, I don't know, the ending, it just felt kind of rushed. It felt like an ending that was just kind of like, like it felt like a forced happy ending, if that makes sense. And that just wasn't, the way that the book was going. I didn't really like that as much, but the whole beginning and the middle of the book was great, but the end just wasn't for me. I believe I gave it a 3 stars, but it was all right. And then the next book that I read was Sawkill Girls. And this book was really cool. It was a cool concept where these girls end up becoming friends. One girl moves to the island that the whole town takes place on, and she meets some girls that are already part of the island, part of the town. They become friends, and there's this like evil entity that is on the island, and it is killing and eating the the teenage girls on the island. So they band together pretty much to try and kill this evil entity, demon, spirit. It was a really cool book. Really, like I said, a really cool concept. I liked it a lot. There were some parts in there that was kind of, again, it just felt kind of forced. Maybe for a younger audience, it would be, more of the like thriller parts of it. But other than that, I mean, it was a really good book. I really liked it. It was really enjoyable. And then the fourth book, the fourth book that I completed was Delicates. And this is the second book to the graphic novel Sheets. This is also a graphic novel as well. And I love this series so much. I love the artwork in it. I'm trying to find you a really good picture here. I love the artwork. I love, the story. It's a really deep story. It gets into really some hard topics to talk about. Here's one of the illustrations. It has some really hard, things to talk about that normally, wouldn't be in a graphic novel like this, but it was really, really good. 5 stars, definitely. I really like this graphic novel series. And then the DNF that I have for this month, I might pick it up later. I just wasn't in the mood for this type of book and this genre at the moment. And this is In the Woods. And I got about, where was I? I got to page 26 and I was not feeling it. For some reason, I was just over the like crime detective, like mystery, murder mystery kind of book. So I wasn't just really feeling it, and I just was gonna pick up another book. And that book actually is, sorry for the Target sticker on here, but it is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. And it is really, really good. I really like it so far. I have not read The Martian, but I did see the movie, so I don't know how it compares to the book. But so far, I'm really loving this book. I am 118 pages in, so about a quarter. So far, I really like it. It has a lot of humor. It has, if you're like a really, really big like science nerd, it has a bunch of, formulas and math and all that stuff in it. Really liking the story so far. And I will, give a rating whenever I'm done with that. Probably my end of the year wrap up video. You'll know the rating that I gave for this book. So far, it's going to be a 5 star. So hopefully, it keeps going with the way that it is going. This book is about a guy who wakes up in a spaceship and he does not remember anything. He doesn't even know he's on a spaceship at first. He has to figure that out. So he wakes up, has no memory whatsoever, who he is, what his name is, where he's from, anything like that. So slowly as the book progresses, he gets his memory back along with the present. So you're having a dual timeline of the past of before he went on the spaceship and then the present when he's on the spaceship in his current situation. And it's really good so far. I really like it. I'm very excited to finish it. So that's it for my October wrap up. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.